Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to just vanish? Not die, not quit your job, but just disappear. To turn off the noise, the demands, the constant, hey, did you see this? And just exist in complete silence. Most people think that urge is a sign of depression. They think it means you're broken or antisocial. But here's the truth nobody tells you. That urge isn't a weakness. It's your brain screaming for a reboot. We live in an economy of attention. Every app, every billboard, every text message is fighting a war for your eyes. And right now, you are losing that war. You wake up tired, you scroll until your eyes hurt, and you go to bed feeling like you accomplished nothing. So I did something radical. I didn't just do a digital detox. I went full ghost mode for 30 days. No social media, no texting unless it was an emergency. No hanging out just to kill time. I vanished. And what happened next didn't just change my productivity, it completely rewired my brain chemistry. But listen closely. The first 7 days were not peaceful. They were absolute hell. And if you don't understand the dark turn that happens on day 4, you will fail before you even start. Today, I'm breaking down the neuroscience of ghost mode, the 3 stages of isolation you will go through, and how disappearing for 1 month can put you years ahead of everyone else. But you have to stick around for stage 3. That is where the dopamine reset happens. And if you miss that, you're just suffering for no reason. Before I tell you what happened, you need to understand why you feel so drained. Science calls this cognitive overload. Your brain is not designed to process 5,000 pieces of information before breakfast. When you check your phone first thing in the morning, you are flooding your prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, with junk data. You know that friend who can't sit still without checking their phone every 3 minutes? Maybe that friend is you. That's not a habit. That is a chemical addiction. Your brain is chasing cheap dopamine. It's the same mechanism as a slot machine. Your brain doesn't distinguish between sources of dopamine. It just wants more. Ghost mode is not about being lonely. It is about dopamine deprivation. It's about starving the distraction so your brain remembers how to focus on the hard stuff. So, here is exactly what happened when I pulled the plug. I'm going to be brutally honest. The first week, I thought I was going insane. We romanticize the idea of monk mode. We think it's going to be Zen gardens and meditation. No, it's anxiety. On day 1, I reached for my phone 47 times. 47 times in 3 hours. And every time I touched my empty pocket, I felt a spike of cortisol. Why? Because silence is loud. When you remove the noise of the world, you are forced to hear the noise in your own head. And for most of us, that is a scary place to be. This is what psychologists call the void. You know that feeling when you're alone and suddenly you feel empty, so you grab your phone to fill the gap? That gap is where your real personality lives. But we are so terrified of it that we fill it with cat videos and news about people we don't even like. Right now, do this with me. Pause this video. Don't close it, just pause it. Put your phone face down and just sit there for 15 seconds. Count the seconds. Do you feel that itch? That tiny panic whispering, what if I miss something? That is the addiction leaving your body. During the first week of ghost mode, that itch becomes a scream. You feel bored. You feel irrelevant. You feel like the world is moving on without you. And this is where 99% of people quit. They say, I need to be connected for work, or my friends will be mad. That is just your brain begging for its fix. But if you push past day 7, something weird starts to happen. Around day 8, the noise stopped. It wasn't that the world got quieter. My brain got quieter. Without the constant interruptions, my attention span didn't just improve, it tripled. I started waking up without an alarm. I sat down to write, and instead of struggling for 20 minutes and then checking Instagram, I looked up and 4 hours had passed. Science calls this flow state. It's that optimal experience where you are completely absorbed in what you are doing. Usually it takes 20 minutes of focus to get into flow, but every notification resets that clock to 0. In ghost mode, the clock never resets. I realized something shocking. Most of the busy work I did before, answering emails instantly, replying to comments, reading the news, was fake productivity. It was just motion, not progress. When you are in ghost mode, you stop doing things and start completing things. There is a massive difference. But here's the dark turn I mentioned earlier. When you disappear, people get offended. Your friends will text you, "Are you mad at me?" Your family will ask, "Are you depressed?" Society hates it when you step out of line. When you stop being available 24/7, you break the unwritten social contract that says, "I am here to be used by you." You have to be ready for this. People feel rejected when you choose yourself. But remember, the person who needs something the least gets treated the best. By removing my availability, my time suddenly became valuable to everyone else. By the last 10 days, I felt like I had superpowers. And I don't say that lightly. My anxiety? Gone. The brain fog that usually hits me at 2 p.m.? Vanished. Why? Because my dopamine receptors had healed. I wasn't frying my brain with cheap rewards anymore. So suddenly, doing hard work felt good. Reading a book felt exciting. Going for a walk without music felt like an adventure. This is the dopamine reset. Your brain starts to enjoy the slow, boring things again. You start finding joy in the way the light hits the room or the taste of your morning coffee. You are not missing out on the party. You are realizing the party was a distraction. I realized that for years I was suffering from the spotlight effect. I thought I had to post, to comment, to be seen, or I wouldn't matter. But the truth? Nobody cares. And that is the most freeing realization you will ever have. They are too busy worrying about their own lives to notice you were gone for 30 days. So why are you sacrificing your dreams to impress them? So, are you ready to try this? You don't need to move to a cabin in the woods. You just need 3 rules. Rule number 1, the phone safe. When you are working, the phone is not in the room. Not face down, not on silent. In another room. If it's in your visual field, it drains your cognitive battery. Rule number 2, the monk morning. No input for the first 60 minutes of the day. No news, no texts, no music. Let your brain produce thoughts before it consumes them. Rule number 3, the no policy. For 30 days, say no to everything that isn't essential to your mission. Don't explain yourself. Don't apologize. Just say, "I can't make it." Remember, explanations are currency. Save them for people who matter. Here is the bottom line. You are afraid to disappear because you think you'll lose your connection to the world. But the reality is, by disconnecting from the noise, you reconnect with yourself. And that is the only connection that actually matters. You can keep living in the loop, tired, distracted, anxious, waiting for the next like. Or you can go dark, do the work, and come back unrecognizable. The choice is yours. But if you are going to try ghost mode, you need to prepare your environment first. Because if your room is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered. And in the next video, I'm going to show you the quiet elimination technique to remove the things in your house that are secretly killing your focus. Click here to watch it. You'll be shocked at item number 7. The comment of the day comes from user Focus Master, who said, "I stopped explaining myself, and suddenly people respect me more." Exactly. Silence is power. If you're ready to go ghost mode, comment, "I am disappearing," below. I'll see you on the other side.